Election day is now 48 hours away, and the presidential candidates are making stops all over the country. Vice presidential candidate Tim Kaine actually stopped in La Crosse here before Election Day. Kaine made a stop at the Pearl Street Brewery this evening for a Packers watch party. Beforehand, he visited with college students at the UW La Crosse Whitney Center. Kaine also addressed his supporters following the Packer game. Hours before, FBI Director James Comey announced that newly discovered emails found last week did not change the FBI's decision to not charge Hillary Clinton for her handling of classified information while Secretary of State. News 8's Sarah Tamer had the chance to speak with Kaine one-on-one before his events in La Crosse today. She now joins us with more.
Well, Eric, with less than 2 days before the election, Kaine stopped in La Crosse to meet some of his supporters and make a final push for votes in our area. Today, we were given 5 minutes with Tim Kaine, and we covered everything from Clinton's emails to education.
What was your reaction today when the FBI said that they're not changing the recommendations in regards to Clinton's emails?
I was not surprised, but I'm very glad that they resolved it quickly. When the letter came out 2 Fridays ago, that was a surprise. The FBI had done an extensive investigation over many, many months with a lot of manpower and had reached a very clear conclusion that no reasonable prosecutor would take this matter forward. And when Director Comey was asked about it by Congress, he said, and that decision wasn't even close. So given that they had reached such a clear decision, we were confident they were going to reach the same conclusion, but we were a little bit, it's only 11 days to the election. I'm glad that they went into it quickly, devoted the resources to it, and they've come to the same conclusion.
Do you think Comey mishandled the situation by sending his first memo to Congress in the first place?
Well, he sent the memo and then he had to kind of do a correction memo the next day. It raised a lot of questions because normally there are these 2 protocols. You don't talk about a pending case and you don't put out controversial information right before an election. And there are questions about why, but nevertheless, they reached a conclusion today, which was the conclusion that we expect. And they worked quickly to reach that conclusion, and that's good for the voters.
According to recent statistics by the U.S. Department of Education, Wisconsin currently ranks #1 in terms of division between blacks and white students graduating. What would a Clinton administration do to help this education gap?
Right now, every state is in the midst of working on a project, which is in Congress. We rewrote No Child Left Behind, and we have asked every state board of education by the September of 2017 to come up with a new plan for how it intends to close achievement gaps. In our rewrite, we gave a little more power and flexibility to states and local school districts, so it's not just the federal government telling everybody what to do, but we do want to see that there's an effort made to close disparities. So I know that President Clinton would appoint a really good Secretary of Education who would make it a priority to work with every state Department of Education on the plan to close these gaps, and that's something that we will take very, very seriously.
There's a lot of hesitation among millennial voters when voting for Hillary Clinton. What is one thing that you want them to know?
And we see millennial voters coming our way, but here, basically, most millennial voters believe in LGBT equality, and Hillary and I do too, and the other side doesn't. Most millennial voters believe women should be able to make their own health care decisions. Hillary and I do too, and the other side doesn't. Most millennial voters are worried about climate change, and Hillary and I are also, the other side says climate change is a hoax. Whether it's minimum wage, climate change, women being paid equal for equal work, LGBT equality, immigration reform, there's on the policy issues that matter to most millennials, Hillary and I match up with them. And so it's our job to explain the differences, but we think we're in accord with the values of our millennial voters, and that's why we've been happy in early voting, for example, to see strong millennial participation.
Why is Wisconsin so important for your campaign?
It always is. So Wisconsin, even though it tends to go Democratic in presidential races, it's never a state that anybody views as a safe state. It's always viewed as a battleground. I've been here twice in the last 5 or 6 days. Earlier in the week I was in Appleton and Madison, and today I was in Milwaukee and Green Bay and now La Crosse. We just don't take it for granted. We really need to push, and we feel if we win here, and we feel good about our chances but not taking it for granted, it's very, very difficult for Donald Trump to assemble the path to victory if we can win Wisconsin.
The election is just 2 days away. What do you want Wisconsin voters to take with them? What message do you want Wisconsin voters to take with them to the polls on Tuesday?
I think 2 things. I think Hillary and I are better qualified to build an economy that works for everybody, not just those at the top. Hillary has got a great track record. I was a mayor and governor in a state, did a lot of work on the economy, but especially in my community, we worked heavily to make sure that economic gains were not just for a few, but were for everybody. So that's one. And then secondly, Wisconsinites are people who care about each other. They have a communal sense of responsibility. Hillary and I believe we're stronger together. Everybody's got to be around the table. We reject insults, we reject division, we reject some of the kinds of tactics you see on the other side. If you campaign that way, then you're going to govern that way. We want to govern in a way that brings everybody together.
If you would like to watch our full interview with Tim Kaine, you can catch it on our website at news8000.com.